Good morning. So what did we discuss yesterday? Backups. Yeah. No, pipeline's not started yet. Yeah. Yeah. Some options like Jenkins options. Right. So let's look today. Let's look into a few more options, like a few more concepts. So we'll start with pipelines first. We start with pipelines. Okay, and yesterday we have seen email concepts as well, like email mechanisms. Okay, and then yeah. So we also see how to integrate Selenium. Okay. Selenium plugin. How to integrate Selenium plugin into Jenkins. Okay. So we'll look into these concepts. And yeah. First, we'll download a plugin first. So pipeline. Yeah, we have build pipeline here. Let's So you see this blue ocean, right? So this ocean is a new concept in Jenkins. It's a new concept in Jenkins. Okay. So this gives you kind of a, say as of now we are creating jobs. Okay, and like we are running the jobs so and so everything, right? So this blue ocean gives you more graphical user interface. It's kind of new look and feel it gives you. Okay, so we'll try to see that as well if not possible. But we need a different version. I'm working on 2.70 version, but we need 2.7.73. Now we are working on 2.70, but we need 2.73. Okay, and dot 3. We need this pipeline. This is the version. Yeah, we need latest earlier than this, the latest. Okay, see, just try to download from your side. Okay, get this version. Okay, try to download 2.8 version instead of 2.73. Try to go for 2.8 version and try. Even I never tried this. I know this concept. I never tried this as well because it's a new concept. Okay, see, just once you install it, you can feel like everything will be different, like look and feel and how do you create the jobs. So entire concept like look and feel will be different. It will be more kind of user interface. Okay. Even I will try my side, but I never tried it. I'll try my side, but we need a different version. That's one thing. We will see. So once we finish the course, at the end of the course, okay, when we take the project at the time, we'll try to look at the concept as well. Okay, Blue Ocean, which is a new concept, and you can mention this within your interviews. So, did you download any new different plugins? Just tell them recently we started working on Blue Ocean. Okay, that will be a kind of advantage for you. See, they have got plugins for Blue Ocean separately. So they got plugins for Blue Ocean separately itself. Okay, see GitHub plugin for Blue Ocean. So there are different plugins for them as well. So that means if you want to work on Blue Ocean, you need different plugins again. right? This Git plugin or so and so whatever, okay, they don't work. Then we need a different plugins again for that. Okay. So that is the problem with something introduced new. We need few more new. We need to have few more new plugins. Okay. It's not only this technology, whatever the technology it is. Okay. Let's run this plugin, install this plugin first. Take some time. In the meanwhile, we'll do one more thing. I just configure this job. Yeah, we have downstream, right? No issues. Okay. For test one project, the downstream project is deploy. Let's go to deploy job now. Yeah, fine. See, the first job is test job. Okay. For the test job, the downstream is deploy. Okay. And for deploy, downstream is Java compile. Java compile. For Java compile, upstream is deploy. No issues. Right. So we have this kind of a flow. Okay. So whenever you trigger test job, deploy job will be triggered, and then Java compile job will be triggered. Okay. Now, but see, it's hard to find out which job is linked to what job. See, what is linked to what, right? See, we can't find it out. See, and one more thing, if deploy, sorry, when you click on this Java compile, right? If you have one more downstream job here, go to the downstream job. Again, go to the downstream job. So it's hard to identify how they are linked to each other. So we need to have kind of a graphical view of how the jobs have been linked. Okay. So let's see how can we do that. But before that, we need, yeah, it's success now. Fine. Go to Jenkins homepage now. Okay, fine. So if you look at here, now if you click on this, okay, click on this option, new view. Okay. See what is view actually. First we'll see what is the view. Okay, then we'll see what is the pipeline. Okay. Now, for example, just say some view one. I just creating here. Okay. List view. So what does it do? We'll see. Now, so how many jobs we have? These are the list of jobs we have. Okay. These are the list of jobs we have. Right. So if you look at here, I'm selecting the last three jobs. I'm selecting last three jobs and then click on apply and then save. Now, here first you have all, list of all jobs. Now second we have view one. In the view one you can only see only three jobs. Right. So like say you create views as per your projects. Like project one, project two, project three. You create views as per your project. Okay. So if you have one more project, then here you create some project one, just say. Okay. So first two jobs I'm selecting here. Right. So project one we have only two jobs, and other one we have three jobs. So like this, you can define your own views. Okay, but now, so just click on view again. For example, I want to name it as like build pipeline. Click on the build pipeline view. Okay. We'll talk about these options later on, but firstly, let's look into this option here. So pipeline flow, here we have layout option. Okay. So here, based upon upstream and downstream relations, here. Now, here, upstream and downstream config, and then select initial job. What is the initial job? Now, look at here. You see here, you just see this is the list of jobs you have within your Jenkins. Okay. Now, select what is your job. So you can select any job, no issues. You can select any job. Okay. For example, I'm selecting test job 1 now. Okay. And then click on apply. Okay. Now, so this is your pipeline. Okay, this is your pipeline. Now, so what do you see here? First is, what is the first job? Test job 1, and that is chained up with deploy, and that is linked with Java compile. So this is how the jobs are linked with your test job 1. Okay. Now, so what you can do is, see, we have some options here. You can run this pipeline. Now you can configure the pipeline, you can delete, and you can manage pipelines. Now, so if you look at the number here, what is this number you see? Okay, number 4. Okay, the build number is 4. Okay, that's what is that? That's a pipeline number, right? Now, so let's look at here. What I'm going to do? I'm going to run this now. Okay. So if I run this now, here I'm running the pipeline. I'm running the pipeline now. I'm not running a job now. I'm running the pipeline. Okay. Now, so it is test job 5. Build number is 5. So it is a failure. Okay, that's a different case. Now, then you see them in blue color, right? Okay. Now, they're getting also right triggered. Now, the build number is changed. Previously it was 7, now it is 8. Okay, and now this one. Still it's getting compiled. It's getting compiled. Yeah, we can do it. Java compile job. If you want, you can enable as well. No issues. Is it triggered? It's not triggered. Let's see why it is not triggered. That could be because of some conditional basis. Okay, let's see why it is not triggered. See, what is upstream for this? Deploy, right? Okay. Let's see. Upstream this. Yeah. So just configure this job. So triggering mechanisms. check it in the upstream project. Yeah, so go to the upstream job. I think we have set it up from there itself. Yeah, let's configure this. Let's configure the deploy job. Okay. So I think we have set it up in post build activities. Yes, here we have set it up. Okay. Now, so this is why the job was getting not triggered. Okay. Now, if it is unstable, then only job will be triggered. So I'm going to change it as so even the build fails. Even the build fails. Okay. Now, let's again run this. Okay. Now this is triggered. It is build number 6 now. Okay. This is failure. No issues. Even in the failure case, this job also should be triggered. Yeah, look at here. All the jobs got triggered. Right? So previously this was not triggered because there in the conditions, okay, in that the downstream conditions, we have set it up like, so the job should be triggered only in the case, the job should be triggered only if it is unstable. But we are not set it up like failure case. So now it has been set up like even the job is failure, the deploy job is failure, this job should be triggered. Right? No. So instead, okay, now we can even trigger the jobs. Okay, if we really, can you do one thing? Just can you switch on that light outside? Right. Either. Yeah. Left side. Yeah. Thanks. If you look at here, we have some options here. Select console output. If you want to check the output, you can check the output of your console. But sometimes this will be, yeah, it's got now. So this is your console output. But this is your, okay, which job it is for test job. Okay, this is not for your project, for your pipeline. The same here. Check the console output for every job. And if you want actually, okay, you see this, we have an option here, right? You can build a job manually as well. You can build a job manually as well instead of running the entire pipeline. You can build a job manually as well. Now it is 9 now, and the pipeline build number is 6. Right? So it is synced. Excuse me. So if you look at here, only this job has been built, but not your pipeline. Right? The pipeline has not been triggered, only but the particular job is triggered, and as well as yes, the downstream also been triggered. Okay, so you can trigger the jobs manually as well. And one more thing, if you look at here, see how many pipelines we see as of now. Like we see only one pipeline, but I want to view all the number of pipelines so far we have been triggering. Right? Let's see how do we do that. So you can configure your job again. Now, here, yeah, display options. So number of display builds. I want to go for 20. Apply, save. Now you see all the pipelines. Okay. So you can add some. You have some configuration steps as well. You can use history or so and so whatever. Okay. So for example, actually, when do we use this? That is important. Okay. When do we use this? Now, for example, I have some jobs. I have a job first. Okay. So the first job is I have first job, like the job name is some GitHub job. That's the job name. So what this job does, this job fetches the source code from the repository. Okay, this job fetches the source code from the repository first. Okay, and the next job what we have is compile job. It's a compile job. Okay, that's the second job. Okay, and then third job we have is deploy job. Deploy job. Okay, so in this case, what we do, first job is, this is the first job. Okay, and this is the second job. So this is the downstream, right? This is the downstream. That's a downstream. Okay, and this is also a downstream. See, from your side, you just try this out. Okay, create 3 jobs like this. Okay, and try to build a pipeline for this, and then you run the pipeline. You run the pipeline. Okay. So try to do create some different jobs like this, and create like this is what we call. So in the interviews, definitely you will be asking a question like, so what kind of pipelines you worked on? Okay. So continuous integration as well as continuous deployment. Integration pipeline and deployment pipelines. Okay, that's a different question you can expect in interviews. See, we have few more pipelines as well. I'm not able to find. I don't remember the exact pipeline name. So there is one more pipeline. I don't remember the exact pipeline name actually. So with the help of that pipeline, see, as of now, whenever you click on this pipeline, okay. So what is you see here? You have some options to trigger some jobs. You can trigger your pipelines, but I want to create a pipeline without any of these options, just for only view purpose. So I don't want to give any options to the users to trigger the jobs, to trigger these pipelines. In that case, we have a different plugin. I don't remember the exact pipeline name, so I don't remember that. We'll see. Okay. So with the help of that pipeline, what you can do, you create a pipeline view, but that is only for view purpose. You don't find these options there, like how to run a job, how to how to configure them. Jenkins does not give that kind of options over there. It's only for view purpose. So that is also useful in some cases, right? Yeah. And one more thing. See, whenever you control securities, whenever you go to securities, right, in roles and create roles and assign the roles to the users. Okay. So here, I just want to give you a task here. Okay, just a small thing here. First, you create some views here like this. You create some views. Okay. Now, once you create the views, what you do is you go to roles. There, create some roles. Okay, and then But roles are regarding like go with project-based roles. Go with some project-based roles. Okay, and assign some roles, assign some jobs to particular user. We have seen that part. Okay, for junior user, assign 2 jobs. Okay, and here once you do that, for example, we have 2 jobs like the deploy and the Java compile job. We have these 2 jobs, deploy and then Java compile job. We have these 2 jobs. Okay. Now here, just give the permissions of these jobs to the junior user. The junior user. Okay. In role section, we have seen that. Create a role and then assign that role to the junior user. Okay. Now, and then create a view first. After that, see, you must do these activities only paying as an admin. Okay. Now create a view. In this view, okay, what you do is just assign, create a role in this view for these 2 jobs and plus one more job called test job. Test job. Okay. Clear? Then login as a junior user. Login as a junior user. And then whenever that particular user clicks on this view, clicks on this view 1, then see how many jobs he can view. Just try that out. Just try that out from your side. Okay. So whether he will be able to view 2 jobs or all the 3 jobs or whatever. Okay. So create a role and create a view. In that role, assign 2 jobs to the user. Okay. Now obviously you can view only 2 jobs because we have restricted. Okay. But see, I am not sure whether we have this option in Jenkins or not. Actually, we don't have this option. Okay, I've been trying this, but I never find this option. See, we are creating some views, right? We are creating some views. I want to assign views to the users. That's what my requirement. Okay, so but we don't have such kind of option. Okay, so assign views to the users. So here, what we are doing, we are creating roles, and then we are assigning jobs to the users. But I want to assign roles to the views to the users. So this kind of option is available in some applications. Okay, some cloud applications we have, some Salesforce or so and so. So there you can do it, but in Jenkins we don't have it. Okay. Now, so just try these things. See, these things will be kind of interesting. So if you're able to do these things, okay, you can understand the pipelines concept as well as the roles concept. Okay, and also try that GitHub. Okay, I given a task there, right? GitHub. Okay, try that GitHub as well. See, we have lots of plugins actually. Yeah, too many plugins in Jenkins. Okay, too many plugins in Jenkins. So just download that particular plugin and start working on it. That is the only way you can learn. Okay, we have too many plugins. You have hundreds of plugins in Jenkins. Okay, so just download and start installing it and start working on it. Okay, so whatever the plugin it is, once you download, you can find these options within your job configuration page. Every option you can find it within your job configuration page. You can find that option in here. Except pipelines like this. See, for example, roles. Roles you can't find those options within your job configuration page. You can find it only in the global level. Right. See, there are few options which you can't find it at job configuration level page in this page. Okay. If you don't see those options in this page, okay, you can find it in global settings. Okay. So try these things. Okay. Now, so let's look into how do we integrate the Selenium plugin. How to integrate Selenium plugin. So integrating Selenium plugin is kind of a different procedure here. Okay. Now, so what is the purpose of Selenium actually? Test purpose, right? So by first I integrate Selenium plugin into Jenkins first. But how do you do that? So let's look at that part first. Once you do that, once you integrate Selenium plugin into Jenkins, then we start using Selenium as your test tool. But what that test tool is going to do, that Selenium test tool is going to run your test beds. obviously. Okay, the tool is going to run your test scripts. But if you want to run the test scripts, you need to have your test scripts first. You need to get the Selenium test scripts from the testing team first. So get the Selenium test scripts and then start triggering the Selenium test scripts. Okay. So let's see how do we integrate Selenium into Jenkins. Even this question was asked. Okay, because the Selenium integration with Jenkins is a different. It's not like a. Of course, we need to install plugin first. Once you install the plugin, you need to upload. You need to select a jar file also as well. Okay, we'll see what is that now. Jenkins manage plugins available. Search for Selenium. Selenium. Yeah, we have Selenium. Okay. Now, just get this plugin. See, and so in my previous class, previous batch, so there was a question asked, how do you remember all these plugins? How can you remember which plugin is needed at what time? You should remember it, that's it. Only by practice. So how do we know what plugin is needed? Right? That comes only by practice, that's it. Okay. So that is the reason always you need some practice on Jenkins. See, there are 2,000 plus plugins in Jenkins. But what plugin is used for what? So we don't know. So that comes only by practice, that's it. Okay. So that's why whenever you get some time, right, just go to that available section in manage plugins and look for that particular plugin. If you don't understand, then just get the plugin name and just try to Google it. You can get help. Okay, you can get clear description of what is the what plugin does. Yeah. Okay. And this is also one more important question. Like, see how many ways we can download the plugins. Is failure. 2 ways. Yeah. What are they? Yes. So that means offline and then online. That's what we say. Offline and offline. Offline and online. Okay. But if it is offline, then we need to upload the plugin. Okay. It's a failure. Okay. We'll try it. We'll give it one more try. So if you can explain like all with options, right? Like these options, I mean, whatever the option in Jenkins, if you could explain, if you could answer the question with the options as well. This is the option. This is where we go. This is what is the option available. Click on this. Click on this. Click on this. So that gives you more impression. Okay, that because these things only comes by experience. That's it. So when you the explanation, the way of answering the question is very important. Okay, if you can explain this option is there, we have this option, we have this option, and then if you can give also the alternate options as well, so that gives a good impression that you have been working on Jenkins. Okay. That was about a couple of weeks ago. I was taking an interview for one of the students here. Okay, so the question was asked. So he was asking Jenkins for 30 minutes. Jenkins questions he was asking for 25 to 30 minutes ago. Okay. Now at the end he says, you don't have any other questions in Jenkins. That's it. And so that was clear. India was clear. So if you can answer everything, whatever they're expecting, but As I said again, that's only by practice. That's it. So if you can explain that part clearly, so this is option we have, this is option we have. So that's more than enough. Okay. So let me give it a try again.
Selenium section also you do have a multiple Selenium plugins.
Yes.
Which one you need to choose?
Yeah. So first I'm selecting Selenium. This one here. Okay. So this Selenium builder. Okay. Invoke scripts using. Okay. We'll try this now. We'll try this one because that didn't work for us. That should work actually because here there is no warnings here. Here, right? So they should work on so and so version. Let's try this plugin now. Selenium builder. See, the plugin names changes for every version. That's what. In our documents. They're even changing the names of the plugin. So that creates a problem for us. Yeah, this is the document, I guess. Yeah. So, Hudson Selenium plugin. Okay. Look at here. The plugin name was different there. It was Hudson Selenium plugin. But now you don't see that plugin at all. So the name has been changed. Let me try. So, or else we'll try search with Hudson. Then we'll see whether that comes up or not. See, once it is installed, okay, once the plugin is installed, okay, what we need to do is we need to have a jar for Selenium already downloaded onto your system first. Okay, see, downloading a plugin is one first part, and once it is downloaded, okay, so you need to download Selenium jar file as well. Selenium jar file, that too manually onto your local drive, okay, and once you do that, so okay, we'll see that now. See, what is a jar file? I think we know that, right? If you want to run any application standalone, so we need a jar file. Okay. Yeah, it's success, but so let me check this plugin works for us or not. Okay, so we have build scripts. Right. Okay, let's select what is that option now. Script file here. Fine. So before that, we do one more thing. We just go to manage Jenkins. We go to manage Jenkins within your global configure system first. Here just see within this option you must see now the Selenium option there. Okay, Selenium option. But that is not the plugin, I'm sure. So in the meanwhile, we'll also search with a different plugin name.
You also delete the plugin.
Sorry?
You also remove the plugin.
Yeah, you can do it. You can do it, no issues. Of course, you can do it. Why not? You don't see Selenium option here. So you must have a Selenium option here, Selenium tool like Subversion or email or whatever. So we don't have that option. So we don't even have a help button here. You should have a help button like this for every plugin. So it is not given as well. Let me try with a different name. Search with Hudson. No. Okay. We try to search in Google first. Typo. Is Selenium Hudson. Selenium plugin. It's only Selenium plugin. Fine. But that's not working for us. Right? The name is Selenium plugin. Yeah. We're saying this is a plugin. Let's try last time. Otherwise, we'll see. See, once it is installed, right, you just go to configure system. Okay, we have seen that option, right? Go to configure system. There you must see Selenium remote control like this. You must see an option there, Selenium option. Okay, here select your jar file location. Select your jar file location. So as I said, we need to download the Selenium jar as well. We need to download Selenium jar onto our local drive. So I've given the URL as well. From here you can download it. You can download Selenium jar. Okay, it's failure. No. See, once it is downloaded, okay, then you can start using Selenium. You can start using Selenium. Okay. Then in the post build actions, you see Selenium Hudson build. Okay. There here you have some options. Okay. Okay. So here, see, there are some options you need to set first. Okay. The first is browser. See, for example, I have an application. I want to test that application by using Selenium. So if you want to test an application, obviously application needs a browser first. Application needs a browser. But why? See, that's a web application. For example, I have a web application, right? So if you want to test an application, so where do you test it? Obviously on web browser, right? So select the web browser first. Select the web browser which you want to choose, which you want to test it. Okay, and then here start URL. So what is the start URL is? Start URL means, see, every application will be having its start point or end point. Only start point. Like for example, if you take Google, right? So what is the start URL for Google? Yeah, google.com. The start URL. The same way, every application will be having its start URL. Select the start URL. Okay. So what does it mean is the testing part will be started from that URL. Okay, the testing part will be starting from that URL. That is your starting page. That's home page. Okay, and then select the file. So what is this file is? So here select where your test scripts are. Select where your test scripts are located. Okay, fine. Now that is the file location, and then last is your result file. Where do you want to save the result? What do you mean by result? Like how many failures, how many success, so and so. Right? See, but look at here. Here I mentioned it as E drive or so and so. What is? But if you but we are our master is working on Linux. Our master is on Linux, right? Right. So make sure you save your jar file on your Linux master machine. Okay, like /media so and so whatever. So here all the paths must belong to your master server, Linux master server. Okay, so don't get confused here. Now, so here at the bottom also you must see one more option okay, which is not there actually here. See what is that option is? There you can see some health actually. What is that health is? Okay, see for example. Now, see, whenever we set these options, we start triggering this job. Whenever trigger this job, so how do you know whether job will be success or failure? Job can be success or failure. Actually, for test cases, right, there is nothing called success or failure for test cases because that will be tested. That's it. But within the tests, while testing it, okay, while testing it, a test case will be having more test cases. Right. So some test cases might be success, some test cases might be failure. Okay. But how does your Jenkins knows that that job is success or not? Understand this? Right. If you want to know whether your job is success or not, okay, there you see here you can see some options like health options. Okay. You don't see that option. You see something called health option. So there you select, for example, health is 90%. That means among these test scripts, if the 90% of the test scripts are passed, success, then your job will be success. Okay? And if the 10% is failure, so it's okay, no issues. But less than 90% are success, then your job is failure. For example, 89 or below 90, just say. Right? And once these test results have been generated, then just give this test result to your test review. So here we're just running in the test scripts, that's it, nothing else we are doing. So get the test scripts and start running it. But here the installation process is somewhat different. First, okay, download Selenium plugin first, and once you download the Selenium plugin, make sure you go to the global level settings, system settings, global system settings. There you select your jar file location, Selenium jar file. But before that, make sure you download the jar file, Selenium jar file. And once you set it up, click on OK. Then you can start using Selenium. Okay. So in post build actions, now just create a job. In the job, go to post build actions. There you have an option called Selenium, run Selenium test scripts. Okay. So this is how you use Selenium within your Jenkins. Okay. So you definitely mention this part within your interview. Do not forget. Just mention this. Okay. So they will be asking, did you do any testings by using Jenkins? Of course, I'm doing it. Okay. So we are being using Selenium as our testing tool in Jenkins. Then they'll be asking some questions like this. These questions. Okay. See, they can't ask you any questions regarding the test scripts because you are not tester. What they can ask is how do you integrate this Selenium into Jenkins? That's a definite question. Okay. And then how do you run the test scripts? From where do you run the test scripts? So whenever they ask, did you use Selenium? Okay, don't stop there itself. Just give them entire answer. Yes, we have been using. First, we need to download the plugin. And once you download the plugin, okay, then start using, and also you need a jar as well. So like this, you just go with the flow. Explain this part. So that will be the end. That's it. There won't be any link questions with that. Okay. So please explain the entire part. So that is more impressive. Okay. So, and tomorrow onwards we'll start with Chef. Okay, tomorrow onwards we'll start with Chef, okay, which is configuration management tool. Okay, fine. Thank you.